Joining us now also from Ames, Iowa, is Democratic Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Congresswoman, good morning to you.
Good morning, Russ.
The Republicans have been quick to point out that no president since FDR has been reelected when the unemployment rate is more than 8%. How does the president and the Democratic Party counterattack that?
Well, so far, I think we can probably do it because you've got a collection of Republican candidates for president who are doing their darndest to outright wing each other. We've seen that over the last couple of days. The other night at the Republican debate, with all of them taking the incredibly unreasonable position, outrageous position really, that even in an effort to reduce the deficit and get a handle on our economy, they all raised their right hand and pledged the rigidity to the Tea Party stricture, that even with a question of 10-to-1 cuts to revenue, they still wouldn't ask the most fortunate Americans and corporations to pay their fair share. And I think the average American wants us to focus on helping the middle class and getting working families to prosper, and none of the candidates for president on the Republican side are paying attention to that.
Congresswoman, let me ask you about someone who was not at that debate, Texas Governor Rick Perry, who again is scheduled to announce his candidacy today. How strong of a contender do you think he'll be?
Well, I think that he's going to just be one more in the collection of candidates that are on the extreme fringe of their party, who are rigidly adhering to what the Tea Party is demanding, and that is an unreasonable focus on dramatic spending cuts, on supporting an end to Medicare as we know it, privatizing Social Security, removing the safety net out from under our seniors, and not doing anything to make sure that we can bring the country together, focus on compromise and how we can work together to make life better for all Americans. So, I don't know.
As you look,
not a big deal either way.
Let me ask you this. As you look at the entire field, the entire competition, you have to be looking at it this way. Who is the most formidable candidate out there in the Republican Party?
Republicans are going to figure out who their candidate is. We're focused on making sure that we can help President Obama get his message out and communicate effectively that the priority for the government should be to continue to create jobs, get this economy turned around. President Obama has a great record of having taken us from bleeding 750,000 jobs a month to creating 2.4 million jobs in the private sector, 17 straight months of job growth. We're focused on that, and we hope that we can get the Republicans to the table to work with us. That the debt ceiling compromise certainly set up that possibility. We'll see if they'll step up to the plate and support a balanced plan, which is what the overwhelming majority of Americans want.
Congresswoman, very quickly, but many polls out there show that Americans are very angry at Congress right now on both sides of the aisle. Being in Iowa, do you get a sense of that?
Well, I think Americans all across the country, I've done a lot of traveling, think it's a very high priority for us to be focused on creating jobs and continuing to get this economy turned around. And the partisan, childish bickering that I watched unfold at the debate the other night with the Republican candidates was just that, really childish. And we need to make sure that we all come together. President Obama has asked the country to come together, asked Republicans to join him in focusing on creating jobs and turning the economy around. That's what they're expecting, and I expect to continue to hear that here in Iowa as well.
All right. Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz, we thank you so much for joining us today. Appreciate it.
Thank you.